Bad ideas that will not die. Every idea Elizabeth Warren has ever proposed, including running for the presidency. We discuss what a real garbage human being dumpster fire
She's a piece of work, no doubt.
Yep, she's terrible. I just think that the evidence is piling out that Elizabeth Warren is just the garbagiest of garbage humans.
She does have a truth problem.
Yeah.
The things she has told falsehoods about are numerous.
She has a problem with the truth, that's for sure. I think this is probably going to play a little blurb as I back it out. Okay, got it. So we got some clips of her and Bernie. So what happens is she claims during the debate that Bernie said a woman couldn't be president.
Mm-hmm.
He says he never said that. And
they got into a tussle after the debate was over.
Yeah. So I got both clips. So let's listen to Bernie and Warren at the debate.
During the debate, okay.
This is the debate.
Warren confirmed in a statement that in 2018 you told her that you did not believe that a woman could win the election. Why did you say that?
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't say it. And I don't want to waste a whole lot of time on this because this is what Donald Trump and maybe some of the media want. Anybody knows me, knows that it's incomprehensible that I would think that a woman could not be president of the United States. Go to YouTube today. There's a video of me 30 years ago talking about how a woman could become president of the United States. In 2015, I deferred, in fact, to Senator Warren. There was a movement to draft Senator Warren to run for president. And you know what? I said, stay back. Senator Warren decided not to run, and I did. I did run afterwards.
Senator Sanders.
Now listen to what they do.
Sanders, I do want to be clear here.
Listen to how the moderator throws him right under the bus.
Okay.
You're saying that you never told Senator Warren that a woman could not win the election.
That is correct.
Senator Warren, what did you think when Senator Sanders told you a woman could not win the election?
Can you freaking believe that?
Yeah.
She's just like, oh, you never said that? What did you think when he said that? Because clearly he said that to big, awful man. So man, with your manness and your Y chromosome.
Yeah, I mean, she just assumes that she'd just been told a lie by Bernie Sanders. Yeah. The moderator does, yeah.
So then they're not backstage, but the debate's ending. The
crowd is clearing out in the auditorium.
Right, everybody's clearing out. Everybody's clearing off the stage. They're acting like they're all friends up there and stuff. So Warren goes up to Sanders, and he reaches out his hand to shake her hand. Like she's gonna say something to him.
Yeah.
They're gonna shake hands, and she's gonna say something. It's probably loud in there, so she's gonna say something into his ear or something like that. And she clearly avoids shaking his hand, just pulls it away. And then the mics are still live, so you can hear what she says.
Warren appearing to refuse to shake Sanders' outstretched hand. Now we're learning what was said between the two longtime friends. CNN's microphones capturing the exchange.
I think you called me a liar on national TV. I think you called me a liar on national TV.
Let's not do it right now. You want to have that discussion? We'll have that discussion. You called me. You told me. All right, let's not do it now.
So I'm with Sanders on this one.
Yeah.
He's like, let's not do this right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bad time to do this. If you started this, you brought this out. His record, I don't like the man. I don't like his policies, but his record is. I mean, you can't make this case that he would say this thing.
Yeah. Oh no, that's we've before we began recording today, and also a couple of times during our conversation since the podcast started, we've talked about whether people walk their talk and really believe what they're saying,
right.
or to what degree does phoniness enter into what they're doing, and so forth. Bernie Sanders is the real deal.
He's the real deal.
I don't ever want his vision to be imposed on this country, but it's his vision. He really and truly believes it.
You can't say he's not sincere.
Oh no, he honeymooned in the Soviet Union. He's used to go on fact-finding missions to the Sandinista Nicaragua regime. I mean, he's the real deal.
Yeah, he is a straight-up communist.
Yeah,
and it's apparent in his language, because he doesn't talk about billionaires. He doesn't talk about the rich. He doesn't talk about the wealthy. He talks about the billionaire class. This is class warfare for him.
Yeah.
And I cannot stand Bernie Sanders, but my God,
he's the real deal.
He's at least authentic about what he is and who he is and what he believes.
And now, like we were saying,
I don't know.
These
aren't radical ideas.
There is the small matter of the fact that he's a billionaire himself, or a
millionaire. Yeah.
But anyway, and we were talking about Sanders. I don't know that she had a conversion experience, because she did.
You mean Warren?
Warren, excuse me. Have a track record of voting for some Democrats. She supported Jimmy Carter in 1980 while she was still a Republican. But she had a fairly big shift when she started, as a concerned citizen, getting involved in some issues, public policy issues, and then which she got ever more deeply involved and finally started running for office and so forth. Mm-hmm. It was about that time that she became a Democrat. She first came to my attention during the Obama years. About the same time he did his "You Didn't Build That," she gave a speech on a very similar theme. Mm-hmm. She talked about how the corporations, businesses owe something back to, I don't know, the world or society or us or something, because we paved the roads and put in that allow you and your workers to drive to your plant every day, and we've set up and financed a police force to make sure marauding gangs don't tear up your place, and so we which gets back to this old business leftists like it comes up a lot with education. When you start talking about us freedom lover types, libertarians and conservatives start talking about, why don't we privatize education to the max? Wouldn't that introduce competition and stuff? And they always go, oh, you can't be doing that. Education's a public good, like roads or something. They always go back to this, and some, you've had, I know you, because I have, and I know you had Facebook tangles with people who talk about, oh, well, roads are socialist, and no, they're not.
And maybe they should be privatized.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm once again, now we're in our Venn diagram.
Maybe you took a whole bunch of money out of society that these giant corporations you loathe so much would have had to spend in order to get product from one place to another, and maybe you screwed it all up.
I'm foreseeing what we can privatize as much as possible.
Yeah.
You bet.
But with everything on the nation's plate, people always want to get me bogged down in roads conversations. I know you're not, but
that was
bigger fish to fry.
But that was the gist of what Warren was saying in this, that corporations ought to be just fine with us taxing them a lot more because we built roads and maintained a police force. I think she also even brought up schools, and we had public schools that we educated your employees.
A lot of those companies have to re-educate people.
I know.
You know what I mean, because they've done such a bad job. But
then she's gone on to of course, since she's been running for president, forgiving student loans, canceling them. Mm-hmm. I think she's even used the word cancel. You can't cancel a student debt. Right. Somebody, some dollars have to rush in from somewhere to fill that vacuum.
She's one of the people who would have supported, if she didn't support it directly, she would have supported the subsidization of student loans and the guarantees, right? So more people get access to student loans when the providers know that they can't lose their money. Basically, they're federally guaranteed. So that's why we're in the situation of high tuition, right? That's why we're in the situation of these loan companies profiteering off of students, and why the federal government's getting washed for the money is because of people like Warren, who don't know their ass from a hole in the ground, and they make these insane laws that protect giant corporations that they claim to loathe.
I know.
Like Sallie Mae and the student loan providers.
You bet. And I think we most definitely have to take a moment to just kind of run through a list of her most glaring lies.
Yes.
There is the big one about having Cherokee ethnicity in her makeup, and she's had to apologize for lying about it.
Yeah.
There's the business about saying she was let go when she was a school teacher early in her life by a school system that found out she was pregnant. That's not how that worked. Mm-hmm. The most egregious lie for my money, even if she talked like a right winger that I'd otherwise love or something, but the biggest everything, no matter what else was or was not the case about her, the fact that she said that Michael Brown was murdered in Ferguson, Missouri. He was not. A grand jury and Obama's own Justice Department, led by Eric Holder, did a thorough investigation, and Officer Darren Wilson was defending himself when Michael Brown got shot.
I think the left should be outraged at the egregious lie that she told by assuming a culture that was not hers. And I think it's especially bad because she sort of doubled down on it. She took this DNA test. Trump said, I'll donate $1 million to some charity if you take the DNA test.
I remember that.
She eventually took it, and it came back that she was like 1,024th Native American, which I assume is like in the margin of error. Like, you take those DNA tests, and even, Caucasian people like you and me would have like slivers of African and slivers of this and that and stuff like that. So I'm sure that's within the margin of error. But she assumes an entire culture based on that situation. And that's their definition of cultural appropriation. It's not some white lady learning yoga. It's somebody stealing things and making it their own and benefiting it from a way that makes it look ridiculous.
She even had a recipe published in a cookbook.
I want to talk about those.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Pow Wow Chow.
Pow Wow Chow.
And it's not even some recipe that she has had for years or her family did or anything. She got it out of some other cookbook.
Yeah, so I would like to read some reviews from Pow Wow Chow on Amazon.
Oh, please do.
Okay.
All right.
So let's see. JR says, book title should be How I Got Into Harvard Law and Became a Senator. The book, How I Got Into Harvard Law School by Gaming a Racist System That Never Should Have Been in Place to Begin With. JM writes, not available and the author is not readily apparent in the product listing. Cultural appropriation is live and well. The author really knows how to pick the bones of an oppressed minority. High Cheekbones for 2020 writes, well, the recipient sucked, but the pictures were awesome. Raw deer, skinned rabbit, buffalo turd. Unfortunately, my female yuppie identity politics and veganism won't eat this stuff. But you put the book in a pillowcase and with a couple of bike locks, it makes a great politically correct assault weapon.
I like that.
One says, best Peruvian cookbook out there. Excellent Peruvian recipes submitted by America's favorite 1024th Peruvian. Let's see. This person says, decent cookbook, save for the strange fact that most of the recipes are measured in unusual fractions, i.e. 1,024th of an ounce of flour. Cherokee native cake recipe, yummy. 1 cup brown sugar, 1,024th cup flour, white flour. Elizabeth Warren apparently plagiarized 3 of these recipes, 2 from New York Times, the others from 1959 Better Homes and Gardens.
And she's brazen.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
She really doesn't seem to care if she gets caught in these things.
There's a poem too. Lizzie Warren's One Fine Cook. Her recipes are in a book. The book is titled Pow Wow Chow. The meals therein make you say how. Open it and you will see meals from Mohawk, Cherokee, Blackfoot, Hopi, Abenaki, even those that sell tobacco. With Within this tome, you find a spree of long-held secret recipes, each one an heirloom family dish containing pony, dog, or fish. Liz's meals aren't made with maize. They date from when the gourmet craze became our nation's cooking passion and arcane meals came into fashion. Find inside this gourmet bomblet Elizabeth's cold crab meat omelet. This tasty treat may be delicious, but its origin is suspicious. That she includes it is quite zany. The recipe was by Chef Franey. 'Twas printed for the world to use in the New York Daily News, and published many moons before. She says it came from family lore. Oh, so tempting, not the meal, but the recipe to steal. Another's work than chutzpah to call it hers, a lazy squaw. That's pretty funny.
It is. I like
and
that.
that's still in the Amazon reviews.
Okay.
So that's good stuff. So anyway, so Sanders should have said, "You're goddamn right. I called you a liar. You are a lying liar. You lied about my character. You lied about you're lying about being a true progressive. You pretend that Donald Trump is the worst thing that's ever happened to American society, but you're absent from all of your votes." Let's look at that real quick.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Sure, absolutely.
Sorry if I'm going off too much, but I just look at her voting record here.
Sure.
And just look at all these absents. Did not vote, 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 did not vote.
Wow, that is a lot of did
it's
not
just
votes.
a lot of yeah. So she's not working. That's her biggest lie, is she's pretending that she's working, and she's bloody well not. Which I'm glad.
Yeah. Yeah. She would not vote in a way that you and I'd be pleased
The
with.
less she votes, the better, I think. But still, it's like, how do your constituents feel about that?
Yeah.
You're not standing up for anybody if you're not voting.
Yeah. Her little attempts to appear authentic and like the little video she did in her kitchen. Excuse me, I'm going to go get a beer and all that.
Yeah.
So.
Spare me.
Exactly.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's like these people all the politicians these days are getting burnt by the fact that they still are acting like social media and internet access worldwide don't exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They think they can keep pulling the wool over people's eyes.
Yeah.
But they can't do it.
Yeah.
People are finding out. They can easily see how inauthentic Elizabeth Warren is. And that's why Bernie's got way better numbers.
Yeah.
And if you take the CNN poll, that's not the case. But, if the Google searches and YouTube clips and all the other stuff where people are using what's now traditional media. They say traditional media and new media, but really the new media, the internet, is now the traditional media. That's the main source of media.
It is.
Sanders is trending way better than anyone else. Tulsi Gabbard is trending higher than they're giving her credit for.
Yeah.
Andrew Yang is too.
Yeah, if there's a silver lining in all this about Elizabeth Warren, it's that she's slipping.
She's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that someone could have this much dishonesty and have so little empathy in her heart and not be a complete and utter psychopath.
Yeah.